Well, we have quite a program for you today. Wow, this is quite a broadcast. How many pages are we up to? Like 185? Like 185 slides we're going to share with you. Who does this? Goodness, we do. President Trump says he plans to redo the U.S. Census before the 2026 midterms, removing all illegal immigrants from the count to prevent Democrats from gaining more seats. X will start publishing community notes created by artificial intelligence to increase the speed of fact-checking. CBS parent company has agreed to pay $16 million to settle a lawsuit brought by Donald Trump over a 60-minute segment involving Kamala Harris. President Trump was asked whether he would deport Elon Musk and responds he would look into it. Elon Musk says Steve Bannon is headed back to prison for a very long time. The United States Senate Republicans have the votes to pass the Big Beautiful Bill Act. The United States Department of Homeland Security and the Justice Department are reportedly seeking to prosecute CNN for promoting the ICE Block app. Who would do this? President Trump says he may have no choice but to arrest potential New York City Mayor Zohan Mandami if he refuses to cooperate with ICE. USAID has officially shut down. The Pentagon is pausing certain promised weapons shipments to Ukraine, citing concerns that the U.S. stockpiles have dropped to dangerously low levels. And good morning once again. As we often find ourselves focused on what's ahead, the next step, the next opportunity, the next challenge, the BBD, the bigger, better deal. But as great Sir Winston Churchill once said, the further you look into the past, the more clearly you can see the future. This quote holds immense power and wisdom, especially when applied to the world of silver and finance. Let's learn. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why the windshield in your car is so much larger than the rear view mirror? The windshield allows you to see ahead, to chart your course forward, while the rear view mirror helps you stay aware of what's behind you. Now think about this for a moment. Why is the windshield so much larger? I believe it's a reminder that we should always look forward, but we must never forget where we've been. Our past is a teacher, a guide that helps us to be more informed, make more informed decisions for the future. Understanding where we've come from allows us to understand where we're headed, especially in the ever-changing world of silver and economic trends. Now, when we turn to the world of silver, we find that understanding the macro trends is key to predicting what's ahead. And by macro trends, I don't mean the day-to-day fluctuations or even the yearly changes. We must look further. Let's look at the trends over 100, 200, 300, 500, 1,000, 5,000 years. Let's look at those trends. Silver's role in history is far from new, but what we see today is a direct result of centuries of evolution, over 6,000 years. Let's look at that trend. Let's look at that period of time. Gerald Cleante, a renowned trends forecaster, has been publishing the Trends Journal for over 45 years. His success lies in his ability to identify the patterns of the past and project them into the future. It's not just about spotting trends, but understanding the potential outcomes of those trends. It's about recognizing the cyclical nature of history and how it impacts the markets. In silver's case, this trend is centuries old. Does Bitcoin have a history like that? Do bars and rounds have a history like that? The answer is a resounding no. From its role as primary form of currency to its strategic use in industries, silver has weathered economic storms, global conflicts, and financial manipulation. Today, as central banks continue to devalue fiat currencies and inflation looms, silver remains a beacon of stability, a hedge against the chaos of fiat money. So what can we learn about the past, about silver's future? What can we learn from the past about silver's future? Well, firstly, silver has always been an essential part of the global economy. Its uses are vast, everything from industrial applications to its role in the monetary system. We saw silver as the backbone of economies throughout history, whether it was through usage in coinage or its role in trade. In modern times, silver has been marginalized, overshadowed by the dominance of paper currency and digital transactions. However, as we watch the fragility of fiat currencies and the collapse of trust in traditional financial systems, silver's importance is making a comeback. Looking back, we see a pattern where silver has always regained value over periods of suppression or disuse. It's cyclical, and right now we're in a phase of resurgence. This past shows us that when the economy is in turmoil, the value of precious metals like silver tends to rise, especially as people seek refuge in tangible, finite resources. The future of silver, like any asset, will be shaped by the macro trends that we observe today. But we can only make informed decisions about where silver is headed by understanding the patterns from the past. We see trends towards decentralization, the decline of fiat currencies, and the rise of financial sovereignty. Silver's role in these trends is clear. It is a form of money that cannot be printed into oblivion or manipulated the same way that digital or fiat currencies can be and are. So what does this mean for us today? It means that if we want to navigate the future effectively, we must start by studying the past. We must look at how silver has performed throughout history, how it has served as a store of value during times of financial crisis, and how it is poised to play a critical role in the future as people seek sound money alternatives. As Gerald Cleante often emphasizes, the secret to success lies in identifying the trends early, understanding the potential outcomes, and then implementing that knowledge to our advantage. The future of silver is bright, but only if we have the wisdom to understand its historical significance and act accordingly. So in closing, let's remember that the windshield might be larger than the rearview mirror, but it's still essential to glance back every now and then. The past is not something to ignore. It's a treasure trove of lessons and patterns, insights that can help guide us towards a prosperous future, right? So, Ted Heads, as we look back at the history of silver, let's learn from it and take those lessons with us as we move forward into a future where silver once again plays a leading role in the financial landscape. That is a run-on sentence, but we'll talk about a little about. Hold on. No, we're going to get into an English lesson a little bit longer. That was a run-on sentence. We know what I did that, so I did that run-on sentence. Thank you for joining me today. Let's watch and continue the trends, learn from the past, and move forward with clarity and purpose. Well, let's go and see if I'm right that Elon Musk is going to be the one to introduce a new political party. Let's find out. Let's read into this a little bit more. Let's find out if Ted's on the right track. Elon Musk knew long before he so strongly endorsed me for president that I was strongly against EV, electric vehicle mandate. It's ridiculous and has always been a major part of my campaign. Electric cars are fine, but not for everyone should be forced to own one. Elon may get more subsidy than any human being in history by far, and without subsidies, Elon would probably have to close up shop and head back home to South Africa. No more rocket launches, satellites, or electric car production, and our country would save a fortune. Perhaps we should have Doge take a hard look at this. Big money to be saved. Well, Trump versus Elon chaos, it's strategy. The feuds are scripted. The collapse of the Democrats is planned. The two America First parties are rising to catch the fallout and realign the country. Read the full breakdown below. Trump and Elon's feud is strategic theater. You seeing this? They know the Democrats are imploding under corruption and radical policies. A reset is coming. Elon's third party isn't to beat Trump, it's to catch moderates, independents, and disillusioned Democrats when prosecutions and scandals hit. Meanwhile, Trump and Massey play out public disagreements to create contrast and realign fiscal conservatives. This ensures that the collapse, America has two restructured parties, both America First and at the core. The drama is scripted, the outcome is controlled. Watch, get the popcorn. Turning the tables, Trump warns Musk may need to return to South Africa as numerous federal subsidies are cut as feud reignites. Elon may not get more subsidy than any human being in history so far, and without subsidies, Elon would probably have to close up shop and head back to South Africa.
The Rothschilds destroyed Tartaria. Please, let me explain. Their timeline is exactly the same as the reset. Take a look at this. If you look at the Rothschilds timeline, it's the same as the Great Reset in 1776. Look at this, guys. It's uncanny. When the Rothschilds were becoming established, it's exactly the same time as when Tartaria was on their downfall and the reset was happening. Has anyone ever looked at this? It's obvious, guys. Again, in 1776, it's the same timeline as the Rothschilds timeline. When they were coming into power, it was the same time as the Great Reset, guys, and the mud floods. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Also, this is the Rothschilds' humble abode. Look at the etheric technology on the top. I think they were a Tartarian family, and they took over, and they knew exactly what was happening, so they made a new world order. Also, the Rothschilds connected to the Oddfellows. The Oddfellows were in charge of all the orphanages through the reset, and the Cabbage Patch Kids. Bit weird, yeah? Also, the Rothschilds funded all the wars, and the wars were only there to destroy all of the old world architecture, guys. Ain't it really adding up now? Understand? And last but not least, the Rothschilds loaned £400,000 back in 1850s. Today, that would be 4.7 billion to the Catholic Church. Come on, guys. They took it from old world to new world, can't you see? And they also destroyed all of the world fairs.
Texas law gives grid operator power to disconnect the data centers during the crisis. Why is this being set up like this? It's being set up for the blackout, folks. Listen, Utilities Energy System Analysis and ERCOT expect exponential growth of data centers and other large loads in Texas over the next several years. ERCOT forecasts 138 gigawatts of large loads and grid by 2030, up from 87 gigawatts this year. If only a fraction of proposed data centers get built, and the boom could threaten the grid reliability during the spring and fall months when many thermal generators go down for planned maintenance. Aurora Energy Research said earlier this month reliability is already a concern in some parts of ERCOT, including the San Antonio area where ERCOT is deploying more than 400 megawatts of mobile generation units and inked the costly reliability must-run agreement with an aging 400 megawatt gas plant. Well, Trump to reinstate the original Constitution, July 4th, 2025. The experiment known as the United States Incorporated, a corporate fiction birthed in secrecy, fueled by debt, and governed by globalist interest, is over. It was never your republic. It was never for the people. It was a construct built to enslave silently through laws, taxes, and illusions of freedom. But the contract has expired. The curtain has fallen, and the ashes of deception, the true republic of 1776, rises again. The second Declaration of Independence is coming. America is a nation of free, sovereign people, not citizens. If you're a sovereign, you are of the country. If you're a citizen, you are of the government. This isn't a quote, it's a declaration of war against the invisible chains that bound generations. The founding fathers wrote it in ink. Patriots defended it in blood. Now Trump, armed with truth, backed by military alliance, and empowered by the will of the people, is about to restore it in full. July 4th, 2025, the greatest reset no one expected, but we do. The Independence Day will not be fireworks and parades. It will be a symbolic funeral for the old system and a cosmic rebirth of the new one. A return to inalienable rights, a removal of foreign control, a rebirth of sovereign law under divine authority. This isn't reform. This is a reclamation. What can we expect? The Constitution that was meant to be, not modified, not interpreted, but enforced. A financial system grounded in truth, gold, biometric integrity, not manipulation. The complete dismantling of shadow agencies, false governance, and legal frauds. This is the moment the history bends, from deception to truth, from control to freedom, from silence to sovereignty. Stand by for public transmission. White hats are in position. Clock's been activated. This is not another chapter. This is the second founding. 1776 was the spark. 2025 is the flame. Are you seeing it all coming together?
Welcome to the show, my loyal Ted heads. Time's running short, we're hanging by threads, and I don't know how many more times I gotta yell by silver dimes. They're not just shine, they're lifelines when the system unwinds. And I got a plan, you can take that to the bank if it's still standing. So open your eyes, this ain't for kicks. This ain't a podcast full of party tricks. You think it's a joke, then laugh while you can. Cause when it breaks, you'll wish you ran. If you won't prepare, then don't come crying. We warned you straight while the world was lying. Ted heads roll deep, we move in packs. That's how you survive when the system cracks. If you ain't listening, you ain't paying attention. You're sleepwalking into the fire. You ain't hearing what I'm saying. You keep playing, but time's expiring. So what's your plan? When it all goes down, where do you stand? Ted's got a plan, he's drawn the map. He's seen what's coming, he's bridged the gap. The Ted heads listen, now they're ahead. They stack silver dimes while others get bled. No fantasy, no wishful hope, just real protection, a way to cope. They're smart, prepared, they see the signs while the rest go broke. Ted heads shine. A reset's near, you feel it humming. Digits burn when the end starts drumming. Digits are for dummies, they vanish fast. Get out of the system, it wasn't built to last. You ain't listening, you ain't paying attention. You're riding blind toward collapse. You ain't hearing what I'm saying. Still think this is just a trap. So what's your plan? When the curtain drops, who's got your back? The Ted heads ain't folding, we're built to survive. We stack silver dimes and we stay sharp-eyed. When the reset hits and the world goes dark, we won't be lost, we'll be the spark. Ted's got our backs, he's drawn the lines. He warned us early, we read the signs. While others beg and break and crack, Ted heads stand tall, we don't look back. We're ready, we're Burn a black trash.